Hey guys, welcome back to Anna and the Oil Nurse. I am Anna Moore. I am a registered nurse, my RN BSN, and I am going to talk about essential oils and breastfeeding today. All right, just a little bit about me if you don't know who I am. Like I said, I am a nurse. I am married to my wonderful husband, Jake, and we have two beautiful children. Lauren, she is about 14 months now, and then my son, Brody, he is 11 months now. My most recent job was in South Korea. I was a nurse at a smallpox vaccine clinical research trial. I did provide breast milk for both of my children. So for my daughter, I was able to actually physically breastfeed her until she was 1 year old. My son, he is adopted. By the time he came home to us, he was 3 weeks old. He was already bottle fed. We couldn't quite figure out the latching, and so I was able to pump a few bottles a day for him. So most of his meals were breast milk. All right, so I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet and to the point. I will provide a free cheat sheet that will cover all this and go more into depth into some of these topics that you can download, print, do whatever you want, have as a reference at home for you. I will put the link below in the comments. All right, first things first. So I do get so many questions about safety with essential oils and particularly breastfeeding. So it is absolutely safe while you're breastfeeding, and I even more recommend it than I would other times because it is so important to be giving your baby the very best and taking care of your body the very best, especially since anything that you have into your body, they are going to be getting. And so being able to use essential oils such as peppermint for a headache instead of using an over-the-counter medication is even more important during breastfeeding. Some oils that you will want to try to avoid would be ones like peppermint and wintergreen. These two oils have been shown to decrease your milk supply. And so if you are not wanting to be doing that, later I'll touch on when you would be wanting to do that, I would have you avoid these. You can, however, use them in blends, such as Breathe or Deep Blue, since they have other oils in them, and the main one is not peppermint or wintergreen. I did not have any kind of supply issues, and so I was able to use these blends and have no issue at all. However, if you do have any kind of supply issues, and especially in those early stages of breastfeeding when you are creating that supply, I would try to avoid even the blends or use them very sparingly if you can. There are so many wonderful essential oils that you can always turn to another one. If you're having problems with that, please contact me, and I would absolutely love to help you find the perfect oil for what you need. Other oils to try to avoid or use sparingly would be oils such as oregano, cinnamon, acai. These oils, same as wintergreen and peppermint, can be used in a blend, but on their own, I would try to use an alternative if you can. All right, some of my top favorite oils to use while I am breastfeeding, oils such as lavender, fennel, clary sage, basil, and serenity. These all cover a wonderful array of issues from immune system to sleep to sore cracked nipples to helping increase that supply. And I will go over some of these and give you a couple recipes, and then of course download that cheat sheet totally free to be able to have these at home. So you can use essential oils while you're breastfeeding in the same three main ways that you would whether or not you are breastfeeding. So a little reminder of those is you can use them topically, so simply just on your skin. You can use them aromatically, so that is putting a few drops in a diffuser, putting some on your hands, rubbing it, smelling it in. And you can also use them internally. With using essential oils internally, like anything else you are ingesting while you're breastfeeding, you do need to take some caution because your child will be ingesting some of whatever you take in. This is where it is so vital to choose the right quality of oil so that you're giving your body and your baby's body the very best. I'm not going to go way into that right now because that is not the topic of this video, but I do want to let you know that essential oils are not regulated by the FDA. So because of that, for an essential oil to be able to label itself as pure, it only has to actually have 10% pure essential oil. 10%. That means 90% of that can be whatever filler they want to fill that bottle and get it in your hands. That's terrifying. Like when you buy the bottle, all you wanted was lavender, and now you have all these other things in it. That is why I personally only trust the company doTERRA to be able to really get the safest product for my family. Right, so I will give you a few of those blends, some of my favorite ones. One of my favorite is to help increase milk supply. When my son first came home, I had no problem with the milk supply, but I wanted to be able to increase that to be able to provide him with some breast milk. So I used fennel, clary sage, and basil. I did about 10 to 15 drops of each of these in a little roller ball, topped it off with fractionated coconut oil, and I would apply it around my breasts about 1 to 2 times a day. In 2 days, I was able to drastically notice an increase in supply. I was able to then exclusively breastfeed my daughter and pump about 15, 16 ounces. Now, of course, everybody's body is different, but this was a huge success for me. You can also take these internally, 1 to 2 drops, but I personally always try topically first when I'm breastfeeding and then internally if I need to do so. Another one of my favorites is for sore cracked nipples. When my daughter got teeth, she would like to take a little chomp and she was done. And that not only really hurt, but my poor nipples got so sore and they started to crack. And so I put 15 drops of lavender and helichrysum, once again in a roller, topped with fractionated coconut oil. And we were done with our nursing session. I would roll that on my nipples, and that really helped a lot with the healing process. When me and my daughter were done with our breastfeeding journey and I was done pumping for my son, I was able to slowly wean my daughter while also applying peppermint 2 to 3 times a day around my breasts. This allowed me to completely wean her while never having sore, engorged breasts, never having any issues with leaking. I never got a clogged duct, never got mastitis, anything like that. And I truly believe it was because of the peppermint, because I drastically noticed a decrease in my supply when I was applying peppermint to my breasts. I do have in that cheat sheet things to do though, natural remedies for mastitis and clogged ducts, as well as some other natural ways to increase your milk production. That's it for right now. I'm trying to keep this nice, short, sweet, to the point. I hope you can check out some of my other videos and just even get a basics. Essential Oils 101 just goes over all the basics of essential oils. Please feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions or if you need any help. I absolutely love helping anybody, from a brand new person who's never even heard of essential, someone who has already ventured into essential oils and has lots. Even if it's another company, I would love to be able to try to help you out. You can contact me at annatheoilnurse@gmail.com. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram. Find me at my website at annatheoilnurse.com. Thanks for watching, and I really hope that this helped. And please check out the free cheat sheet to be able to get more of these recipes and to have a reference.